In today's modern society, everyone is seeking after Mr. Right. Do you have your Mr. Right? Or are you looking for the wrong person? Because Mr. Right may be right in this moment, but in the next moment, he will be Mr. Wrong. So, ladies, women, female, does Mr. Right exist? If that is something that you want to hear more about, as we discuss a little thoroughly after considering the idea of the soulmate concept, let us get into it and join us on the inside. Thank you for joining us on the inside on Wife Only as we will dive deep into Mr. Right. Is Mr. Right right for you in all season? Now, to navigate you through the experience is Ainsley, the wife lifestyle strategist. Let us get in the meat of the matter of the meat that you came here to devour. In today's alleged modern society, the fairy tale that many yearn is to find Mr. Right and live happily ever after. I'm just smiling. I'm bubbling over. You know why I'm bubbling over? I'm bubbling over because this concept sounds so good, but yet this concept is filled with errors. Mr. Right may be right in one season of your life, but is not necessarily right for all seasons. And that is why the pot that you're cooking is not adequately seasoned. What I want to present to you is not just Mr. Right, but is Mr. Righteous. Because if you have Mr. Righteous, he outweighs Mr. Right. Because Mr. Righteous will be doing that which is not only right, but righteous, as he serves as an ambassador for his Maker and his King. And he is equipped and positioned to lead the family towards righteousness. But the truth be told, many females, many women don't really want Mr. Righteous. They want Mr. Right. They want what is nice. They want their fantasies to be tickled. They want to feel sensually stimulated. They want the aroma of secular incense to flow over their lives. And yes, they want all of this, but they want the benefits of Mr. Righteous. So when you have Mr. Right in a particular season, he may desecrate your temple. And if your temple is desecrated, why do you believe that Mr. Righteous should come now and sanctify that desecrated temple and call it a home for himself? I want you to just think about these things momentarily, because when you go with Mr. Right in that season, you not only leave with bags, you leave with baggages, which needs to be unpacked, which needs to be torpedoed through, and that there is a delay in the progression that could have happened. And many persons don't like to live lives with delay. They want to move into the next thing. But in order for us to move into the next thing, we have to be positioned in such a way that we have the right concepts. The fairy tale ending does not exist. It is a fairy tale ending. And as such, I am going to insist and implore you not to live your life based on the fantasies that you have been sold. This is why many relationships fail, because when we come to the real world, we realize that what is purported on the television screen is not reality. These persons are paid actors. They are entertainers. But your life is not an entertainment studio, so you must live your life because you only have one life to live. So you must live it to the fullest of your capabilities, doing that which is right and righteous. Many persons want to do what is right, but they don't want to do what is righteous. And sometimes they feel that the righteous man will constrain them, will restrain them, will prevent them from enjoying life. But righteousness and submission under righteousness is actually protection. Because some of the things that other persons experience, you don't have a need to experience it. And that there is something that everyone needs to get into their mind. So they live happily ever after. That is a fairy tale many single people are looking for. It is when the single individual falls into the clutches of this dating culture, which insists that they find their perfect match or soulmate, that they run into a lot of trouble. The mere fact that you have to be looking for someone to complete you means that something is wrong with your foundation. You are not incomplete. I've always heard the concept of sharing things 50-50. If I carry 50% of myself into the relationship, who is receiving the other 50%? If you carry 50%, who is receiving your other 50%? So we are seeing that there's a half-hearted entry into the relationship. Hence, the relationship is bound to actually fail because one person may not be able to give the 50%, they give 49%, and then that there is a recipe for disaster because now you don't have 100%, you have 99%, and that 99% is a deficit. If both persons are 1 and 1 and you carry the 1 times 1, you get 1. So if one leave, you're still 1. So we have to understand to position ourselves so that we can operate from a position of strength and make strategic decisions which will be beneficial not only for now but for the time that is to come. This has caused many well-thinking Christians to be puzzled and scratching their heads. Where is my soulmate? Where is Mr. Right? Where is the man of my dream? I thought that God was going to give me the perfect husband. No. Where in the Bible does it say that there is a soulmate out there for every man and every woman? The Bible never stated that God has one special someone for you. In the Garden of Eden, God created Adam a suitable companion, right? So the woman was to complement the man, not to compete with the man. And when we have women trying to compete with men, then that is where the problems come in. Because the man has his roles and his responsibility, the woman has her portfolio in which she needs to manage and maintain, but the two cannot be overlapping when there is no proper communication, because that there is going to create seeds of discord. The woman is the helpmeet, which is very important to a man. Any man that has a good woman, wife we're speaking about, is a man that will cherish that woman. And you have to understand, when a man has a good woman, he doesn't want anything to happen to her. He is so protective of her because he knows that he can rely on her with absolute certainty. And I don't know if you want to be a good wife, because if you don't want to be a good wife, I think that this is where you should just call it a day and just stop watching, stop enjoying the commentary and the guidance. But if you want to be a good wife, this is the place that you need to be, because we are going to be breaking down simple concept that they don't teach, but everybody needs to know if they're going to engage into a marriage relationship. I can't understand for the likes of me that women are willing to spend 4 years getting a degree, and then after the 4 years, they are not even working in that portfolio, but they can't spend the quality time to understand their roles and responsibility to a man so that they are in a position to serve that man and to aid in the development of the family. Remember, when you get a job and you go to work, you are in a position of submission. You may say you're not submitting to any man, but when you go to work for a company, you are actually submitting to whosoever owns the company, whosoever sets the rules. So submission is important for your protection, yes, and so that the company can operate smoothly. Why is it that you are more comfortable as a woman to submit to a boss, but you're not willing to submit to your husband? That there is a challenge that we need to decipher. You are willing to spend 4 years to study, to get a degree so that you can work for somebody else, but you are not willing to invest the time to know how to serve your husband, and that there is a part of your core responsibility, not to working on the outside, but to work in the house. Not that we're saying that we want our women to be exclusively housewives. We don't necessarily are saying that. We want them to be able to work outside the house, enjoy their vocation, but what we are saying is that if you're willing to submit on the outside, why is it so difficult for you to submit on the inside where you have your core duties and responsibility? I just want to leave that thought on your mind so that you can understand where we're going and why submission is so pivotal to having a happy, healthy relationship under the authority of God. What I am certain about is that God has available for you a godly companion, but that is only if you desire a godly companion. The problem with the soulmate concept is that in addition to the errors and the idolatrous practices promoted, it shifts the balance from having God's principle at the center while trying to accomplish the goal apart from the wisdom of God. So you want the fruits from the tree, but you don't want to plant or water that tree. This attempt is bound to fail, but do not allow yourselves to be deceived by the sensationalization of this concept. Your first priority is to submit to God and allow Him to lead you to someone in the direction of that which is possible, while allowing you to make the choice to see if there is a fit in accordance to His blueprint. In the next sitting, we're going to be looking at some scripture which validate and substantiate the premise on which we are discussing this concept. It is a hope that you were edified, you were elevated and educated on this matter. For now, we're going to come to a pause. Signing out from Wife Only is Kareem Ainsley, the wife lifestyle strategist. Be the wife you were meant to be. Until next time, see you on the inside.